is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
Good morning, everybody. The Wheel of Hot Topics is loaded up with stories making headlines or raising eyebrows, or a little bit of both. And joining us are two friends from Warm 106.9 who are teaming up for this year's Home Team Harvest. Please welcome from Mornings with Allan and Ashley, surprisingly, Allan and Ashley, Ashley, Ryan, and Allan Fee. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
So they named the show Allan and Ashley, and then they went out and found some people who had those names. That's so cool.
It's just luck.
So you guys are part of Home Team Harvest, and we're very grateful, and we know we want to raise 5 million meals this year for the hungry in our state. Why is that important to you?
I think just especially around the holidays, everybody wants to give, and our station is the Christmas station. And what better way to embody Christmas and the giving spirit than to join you guys in this wonderful program that you've had going now for, this is the 17th year.
And you're warm.
Yes, we're warm, we're friendly, we're your Christmas station. It only seems like it's the giving season, so we thought we definitely have to get involved in this.
I'm always shocked every year when Northwest Harvest talks about 1 out of every 5 kids in Washington going to bed hungry. That seems unreal in a state as prosperous as ours, that 20% of children would be suffering hunger. And we can do something about that.
Yes.
So we're so glad you guys are participating. What are you doing?
Well, we are going to be at Redmond Town Center bright and early on Saturday morning.
Very bright and early. How bright and early will you be there?
I think we have to be there at 6:30, but it's, you
Lord
know,
almighty,
yeah,
but they sell coffee there and you can shop after, so
Yeah.
it's a dream.
It'll be great. It'll be great. And we've got, we're going to have other people at Northgate and Tacoma, and then locations in Bothell, Linwood, and Renton.
That's absolutely great, and it's fun. People come by and drop off their donations. All right, you ready to spin the wheel?
I think so.
All right.
What could possibly go wrong here, Margaret?
What could possibly go wrong?
Right.
That's what we always say every morning on this show. Trending. Would you believe that with the Russian election influence and the ever-widening sexual harassment scandal, mass shootings, opioid epidemic, that the word complicit is the dictionary.com's word of the year for 2017?
Well,
Complicit. The lookups for complicit went up 300%.
yeah, I think that might have been a handful of politicians on Twitter looking that up. I don't know if that's all of us using the word complicit. I know for me, not personally, but definitely in the political world, absolutely.
You've heard it definitely a lot more. I feel like that's not a surprise that that would be the word that
Right.
was chosen at all.
Here's the one that I thought was really strange. Tarnation got looked up a lot in the first few months of the year, apparently because there were some memes saying what in tarnation, and
Yeah.
people did not know what tarnation was.
I feel like that's the only way that I've ever heard that used, is someone going, "What in tarnation?"
Right.
Like, that's it.
Who hadn't heard that?
Well, again, going back to the political side of things, you've got a lot of older politicians, and that's kind of how they swear. So that's kind of how that
And
works.
totality lookups were spiking in August because of the lunar eclipse.
Oh, interesting.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, the lunar-
Totality, I mean,
Maybe that lunar eclipse
seems like
actually,
there's a clue in that word.
maybe the lunar eclipse affected us more than we know.
Exactly.
All right, here we go. In America, this map shows the most popular Christmas gift in every state. What do you think the most popular gift is in Washington?
Oh, it's got to be something tech, right?
It is a tech thing. Call out. What do you think it is? Starbucks gift card. Nintendo Switch. No, it's a Kindle. Now, I find this very surprising, since you can get the Kindle app on your other devices, that the Kindle is our top gift, and we're the only state that has a Kindle as a top
Well,
gift.
that's kind of how we roll. If you think about it, we could also make coffee at home. We could do it for like
Well,
a
we
tenth
could.
of the cost.
But why
we don't,
would you?
Because we're so wealthy here in Seattle. You know, if we're
Do we
willing to-
like $8 copies?
Exactly
Yes.
right.
So Maine and Vermont give people books, actual books. Yeah, the books are great, not for Christmas. Nebraska is big with Legos, and Arizona and California has as their leading gift skateboards.
Well, that's because in Nebraska they don't actually have power, so they got to do something differently. That's,
I really like just looking at the map.
did not
there were
say that.
4 states where the biggest gift was the Jelly of the Month Club.
Yeah, yeah, that's surprising, isn't it? I
thought
can't
that was-
actually make out some of these things. Like
Yeah.
what in Louisiana, there's a
It
little.
looks like a snow bunny suit or something.
Yeah, it looks
but-
like a little pink bunny suit, and I'm not. I'm pretty sure it can't be a bunny suit, and it's something that looks like a grenade in Florida. So we'll have to look these up and find out, because I don't think I'm reading those right.
grenade.
Well, look at it and see what it looks like to you.
Let's see.
Express yourself. The
it
simple
really does.
thing that science says you can do, it might be an avocado. The simple thing, that wouldn't be a Christmas gift, would it?
No.
I mean,
Maybe
I'm
a
telling
perfume
you,
bottle.
it looks like
it might
that.
be a perfume bottle.
Okay, so express yourself. The simple thing science says you can do to seem likable, that the act of nodding while other people speak improves your likability by 30 to 40%.
Agreed. I like you already.
See? That's
Well-
all you have to do.
Well, we're being complicit.
You are. Just don't give me an avocado for Christmas. That's all I ask. Okay, now we're going right over here to EXO. Marriage.
Quite the spin.
Well, I only have one left, so what's the point of spinning, right?
True.
I don't want to be complicit in cheating. Why marriage is linked to a lower risk of dementia. This is from Time Magazine. There's a lot of giggling about that. One man has covered his mouth. He doesn't believe it. Are either of you married?
Yes.
Yes. I've lost my hair during my marriage. I've lost my ability to finish a sentence and usage of the credit card. So I've lost a lot of things, to be quite honest with you.
I feel like the one thing that you would gain in a marriage is your ability to be selective in your hearing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe that leads people. No, that would be the opposite, I guess, of the dementia thing, because you'd think that people had dementia if they couldn't hear you as much or understand you as much, but that could just be selective.
Well, this is one of those things, it's one of those studies that I don't really understand from a scientific point, because they say the two are linked, but that they're not causal. They're not saying that being married lessens your risk of dementia, but people who are married seem to have a lessened risk, and they don't know why. I figure maybe some of it is just backup. You have somebody to help you get to the doctor to notice something is going wrong or something like that.
Margaret, I can't help but notice, but you're staring at me the whole time. Like are you suggesting my wife gets me through my life and I can't actually do this on my own? Because you're absolutely correct.
Yes, I get my husband through. I'm like, you need to go to the doctor. You need to get a checkup. When was the last time you did? Oh, I don't want to make an appointment. And I'll call him. Okay, I've made you an appointment
Right.
at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. Now you
Why
have
do we
to go.
have to drag them? I don't know.
don't know.
But one of the reasons I'm looking at you is because I've heard that your wife is a therapist.
She is. And
How's that
actually,
going?
I didn't realize
For
we were
her or
married.
for him?
I just thought I was one of her patients. I didn't realize that.
Who was getting a lot of
Yes,
attention.
exactly. You've helped me here, Margaret. This has been a fine intervention. Was that the whole point of this?
You're on a couch. It's a
Yes,
therapy
thank you.
session.
That's exactly it. This whole thing is just a setup to get you
Beautiful.
here to talk to you about this. No, seriously, I'm
Yeah.
curious. So when you have a discussion with a
Yes.
therapist who knows all the ins and outs of how people work, I mean, are you just outmanned there?
Yeah, I've lost my man card. It's funny you say that. And she has a team of people that she works with at the office, and so they can gang up and figure out the whole strategy. And I get pummeled when she gets home. There's no chance.
But see, you've learned something here when
Yeah.
she talks to you. Just not.
I do. I'm complicit.
Yes, you are. You are.
It's all come full-
Unwillingly, but
Yes.
And your husband, I presume, is not a therapist.
he is not a therapist or even close to one. He's not even good at multitasking, looking at an iPhone and listening to me talk. So
But happy holidays to everybody, all the same. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate it. And thank you again for your help with Home Team Harvest.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you.
extremely important.
Thank you.
Please help us raise 5 million meals by stopping at one of our 6 collection sites this Saturday, December 2nd. You can also purchase a $10 food bag at any Safeway or Albertsons store, supporting your local food bank. That's easy. And even easier, you can text the word Home Team to 41444 to make a donation in any amount by phone. That's a lot of information, so we'll have all these options on our website for you, as well as how to keep up with Allan and Ashley on Warm 106.9. Thank you, and thank you for the holiday music as well.
Thank you.
When we come back, incredibly talented actresses and entertainers Jane Lynch and Kate Flannery stop by to chat about their Christmas show in Seattle after this.
Yeah!